Hello everyone, welcome to my deals video for Cyber Monday 2024, and I know there have been lots of deals videos lately. This is the last one, and if you want to jump straight to the chase, check out the link in the description below, where I have a link to a Google Docs spreadsheet where I have all of my deals listed in order to make things a little bit more interesting for people who are maybe a little like burnt out on deals. I'm comparing the Black Friday pricing to the Cyber Monday pricing. I'm going to go down sort of like the commodity pricing here for CPUs and GPUs to see, and I'm just going to be focusing on what's changed. Are there any new awesome deals that popped up, and also highlighting some of the new deals that I added over the past weekend since my Black Friday video went live, because there are some cool ones that popped up here and there. The short answer is there's lots of the same deals that are still going on for Cyber Monday. A lot of them might be ending towards the end of the day today. You can still get decent $5, $10, $15, $20 plus discounts on a lot of the CPUs that are out there. And for Cyber Monday deals, like the only one that like jumped out at me in terms of CPUs was the 13900KF dropping to $367, which I think is like one of the best deals over on the Intel side right now, although that is contrasted to the 13900K on Black Friday that was $377. Still a good deal though. As was the case before, I have bolded any prices that I think are particularly good, and if there's different pricing between Amazon and Newegg, I've tried to go ahead and bold the price that is the better price between those two, just so you don't go chasing any links that lead to pricing that's not ideal. And let's start out at the top with our CPUs. The Threadripper 7980X 64 core. Is this a great deal? I don't know. For anyone who was about to buy a $5,000 Threadripper 7980X, an $800 or so savings on that does seem to be pretty reasonable, so I popped that in. That was one of the ones that came up over the weekend, and it is still good right now for Cyber Monday, so that's cool. The 9900X, if you're looking at the new AM5 CPUs, is one of the only ones that sort of stands out as a reasonable bargain for about $383 right now over on Newegg. Don't buy it on Amazon because it is overpriced there. And then the 7900X is one of the example CPUs that had a much better deal for Black Friday. Unfortunately, Amazon ran out of theirs, so the price has gone back up via a third-party reseller. 7700X is still holding strong at about $260 or so. Make sure you add on that promo code. And the 5700X 3D, I'd still say is the budget darling. And I'm happy to say that these have remained in stock even at the slightly lower price. They were selling for $200. Now they're down to $197, a few dollars more even off. Make sure you pair that up with one of the AM4 motherboards that I have in the second tab on my deals spreadsheet to get yourself a really solid like budget gaming system up and running. Intel had some interesting deals that popped up here and there. The 14900K, if you add this $25 coupon, is now down to, I think, the lowest price I've ever seen it for, $414. If you can live with those instability issues and make sure that you update your UEFI BIOS on your motherboard ASAP, this is actually a really good deal for the 14900K. Again, those instability issues over the summer notwithstanding. 13900KF, some previous gen Intel processors are still pretty solid deals too. 13900KF for $377. I would say you could definitely jump on if you can, again, pair it with a solid LGA 1700 motherboard, which I have at least one of those linked down in the video description. And the 12900K, also one of the bargains over this weekend. Make sure you add the $25 coupon because that brings it down to $255. And I'd say the 12900K and the 12900KF, really solid bang for the buck deals down in the $200 to $250 range. Just remember, if you're buying a F series processor from Intel, that it will not have integrated graphics, so you will absolutely need to pair that with a discrete graphics card in order to get your system up and running. Moving down to the GPUs, where it was a bit more of a bloodbath, I would say. Over the course of the weekend, we did have some that sold out. Unfortunately, like I don't know whether to look at this as a good thing or a bad thing. AMD's Radeon 7000 series, the higher end ones, the 7900 XTX and 7900 XT, have sold out and don't seem to be coming back in stock. The only remaining stock of these cards is like the silly overpriced ones that are $150, $200 over the MSRP, which you should not be paying for one of these cards right now. You should be saving your money for when they come back in stock at a reasonable price, or you should just be waiting for, you know, the RTX 50 series to launch. But these were good deals for the 7900 XTX at $820, 7900 XT at $635. Even the 7900 GRE at $530 is apparently sold out. At least when I pull up the listing on Best Buy, it says unavailable nearby, and it won't let me add it to cart to buy it or anything like that. So on the minus side, these deals aren't around anymore. On the plus side, hopefully that means that there's a reasonable number of people who scooped these up and got some good deals on some high-end AMD Radeon graphics cards. If you do want something reasonable from the AMD side, you got to start at about the $450 price for the 7800 XT, which is a solid price for that. And I do have a couple listings, XFX and an ASRock on Amazon and Newegg respectively. The 6800 though, I'd say is still like the best bang for the buck in terms of raw performance, as well as a 16 gig VRAM buffer going for $350. That one is still available. And then the little bit of a step down from there is the 6750 XT, drops you to 12 gigs of VRAM. Between the two of these, go for the 6800 if you can afford 50 more bucks. But the 6750 XT at about 300, still a solid deal, still in stock. And then because our 6650 XT is another one of the ones that were sold out. This was going for $210. That one sold out, so I've replaced it with the next best one, which is this XFX Speedster model. It's $230, which is not as good of a deal, but you know, it's the best price on a 6650 XT. And that's really what we're looking at with a lot of these graphics cards, is like none of these are like insanely good deals, but a lot of them are the best price that you can get. And if you can sort of scrape together multiple, you know, $10, $15, $20 savings on several different components on your build, then you can get yourself a pretty solid deal doing your Black Friday shopping. The 4070 Ti Super that was marked down to $740 if you include the mail and rebate card, was one that sold out pretty quickly on the nvidia side, but fortunately it is back. They must have reserved some stock of this one so that they could have a Cyber Monday deal going on over at Newegg, and this is one that's featured there. So if you're looking for an nvidia graphics card and you don't want to hold out for the 50 series, this is probably the best deal in the high-end range. Step down from there is the 4070 Super. Those are still available for a bargain $10 off at $590. At least this MSI gaming one is still available. The standard 4070, which is also 10 bucks off at $490, has sold out. There might be another one of those that pops up. I'm going to be continuing to supplement this list at least today, and I will see if I can update it and find some better deals for that. 4060 Ti at $380, not bad. 4060 at $285. Again, not bad, just the 4060 and 4060 Ti are generally not the best cards. And hey, kind of in the same vein as the AMD cards, the Radeon cards selling out, Intel managed to sell out their 16 gig Predator Bifrost at 230 bucks, but we do still have an A750 available for $200 and an A850 available for $170. But if you're looking at either of these, note that Intel has just revealed that they're going to be doing a reveal actually tomorrow for their Arc series, their Battle Mage series. So I might not scoop these up if you're really on the fence about getting an Intel card right now. Keep an eye out for those Battle Mage cards. There's some rumors that they might have reasonable performance, even close to a 4060 Ti for the A580, so that would be interesting to keep an eye on. For the everything else deals, a lot of these are still holding out, so that's great. Again, second tab here is where you'll find all the rest of the components besides CPUs and GPUs. And again, just to show some of the new ones that popped up over the weekend that I didn't cover in the first video, but that are still good deals. A $32 3-pack for Corsair iQOO SP120 fans. That's a really good deal. Those are usually like $80. Like, it's a lot. They're overpriced at 80 bucks, but it's a good deal for 30 for 3 fans, with RGB and all. Memory has some really good options right now. The Team T-Force Vulkan kit for DDR4. You can get a 16 gig kit for 30 bucks. You can get a 32 gig DDR4 kit for $50 with this promo code, and both of these are DDR4 in the 3200 to 3600 range with good timings. We also have this Patriot Viper Venom. This is the cheapest like good speed DDR5 kit I could find for $74 over on Newegg. DDR5 6000. It's even got pretty decent timings at C36. And then we have a faster kit here. If you're specifically going for an Intel build, you probably want to invest in some faster DDR5 memory, and for that we have this Viper Venom kit for $90, DDR5 7000 speed, and that one also has pretty decent timings, I believe. I think it's CL32, something like. Anyway, I checked. It has good timings. For storage, I think one of the best things to save money on during like the Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals time is storage. Like, you can always add more storage, more SSDs, and there was a sort of a trifecta of 4 terabyte SSDs under $200, $190 for the Silicon Power 4 terabyte model right here. That's up to 5,000 and 4,500 megabytes per second reads and writes. We have a Clev Cras C910. $190. Similar range in terms of reads and writes. These are Gen 4 drives. And then the King Spec, which honestly I can't vouch for the King Spec brand, but they're selling this directly from their store on Newegg, and the store has reasonable seller ratings. And given how many shady third-party vendors on Newegg have poor seller ratings, I'm inclined to believe that these are, functional enough drives. And this is a faster drive. It gets up to 7,400 megabytes per second reads and 6,600 megabytes per second writes. There's a really nice selection of motherboards down in the spreadsheet as well. B650 series boards for anyone who's jumping onto the AM5 platform for around $130, like this MSI Pro board. There's a handful of cases down there that are also good deals, and I pulled this one up, and this changed between when I looked at it like 10 minutes ago. This was down to $90. Less of a great deal at $115. It is a good case, just not a screaming deal. Here's a nice budget power supply that popped up for $50, 650 watts. This one would be suitable for lots of entry-level to mid-range graphics cards, and it's a good deal. There are some $60 to $80 ones that get you a bit more wattage if you're aiming for a higher-end graphics card. And there's some really good monitor deals too. 165 hertz refresh rate, 1080 monitor, 24-inch class for $95 from Acer, part of their Nitro series. We also have the 27-inch WQHD 2560 by 1440, 180 hertz for just $140. Do note that if something is back ordered, you can still order it right now. It's just not going to ship as quickly. This one's only going to be a few days out, so you can still get that Black Friday deal or the Cyber Monday deal. You just have to wait a little bit longer for shipping. And last one here, on the Corsair website, their HS65 surround headset, which is a really solid entry-level headset, usually $70 down to $40. This is one that I've used before, has good sound. I mean, for the price range, this is actually a really solid all-around headset. So that rounds out my Cyber Monday deals. Again, with apologies to anyone who's getting a little tired of the deals videos, this is my last one for the year. I do have a build fix coming in another week or week and a half, but that one's slightly less deals focused. But anyway, thank you guys so much for bearing with me through this heavy shopping spree time of year. I have some regular content coming up soon. I have a build video coming later this week. So thank you once again. Hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed it. Check out the links in the spreadsheet down in the video description. We'll see you all in the next video.